All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people, just like you and just like me. So finally, Michael Anthony is being considered for this Van Halen tribute slash reunion. You know, if I'm Irving Azoff, I'm stressing the words Van Halen and not tribute. I'm just saying it's Van Halen. And now you've got three original guys. You've got David Lee Roth, you've got Alex, and you've got Michael. And then you add Joe Satriani on guitar, and you've got yourself a band. That's the way I see it. Nobody's going to fill for Ed completely. This is just to help people cope. This is also to help people have some closure on this. Van Halen, when you look at their career over the last 20 years prior to Ed's passing, there were a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted opportunities there. And I think this would give fans some closure, but it's really encouraging to find out that Michael Anthony says he's been in Van Halen tribute tour talks. And he's talking to Alex and Dave. The prospect of a tour honoring late guitarist Eddie Van Halen made headlines last month when former Metallica bassist Jason "I Spilled the Beans" Newstead said he'd been approached by Alex about participating with Joe Satriani, handling guitar duties. Newstead made some statements and then said it just kind of all fizzled. In a new interview, Michael Anthony was talking about his new Mad Anthony hot sauce as he tries to go the way of Sammy Hagar's tequila. So you got tequila and hot sauce. You know, you got to love these guys, right? Also, he spoke about the first time he met Sammy Hagar. Anthony was surprised to learn of Newstead's involvement. You know, it's almost like Jason Newstead was a mole. You know, like he knew the information, but he wasn't supposed to say anything. And, you know, he was probably on a list, a short list, but he was probably down a little further on the list. I don't know. I mean, you got to consider maybe some other choices. Maybe they felt, oh, he's not in Metallica anymore. He's got nothing to do. He's a decent bass player, so let's bring him in. But nobody's going to bring in the kind of cachet, the kind of name ID that Michael Anthony will bring in. A lot of people told me, Dave, it's not going to happen because there's too much water under that bridge, because he was so loyal to Sammy Hagar, and Sammy Hagar, you know, ripped everybody a new one back in the day in his book. And that was like the final straw. So it was like a bridge too far. I'm using a lot of bridge analogies here. In any event, Anthony goes on to say that he was surprised to learn of Newstead's involvement because he'd also been discussing a tour. Hey, I've been discussing a tour with his former bandmates and longtime Van Halen manager Irving Azoff. Ding, 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 ding. Again, to quote Don Henley, you know, he's Satan, right? But he's my Satan. He's our Satan. So Irving Azoff, who can probably make this happen. There's probably some serious, I mean, there's got to be a huge pile of money on the table for these guys if this does occur. He goes on to say the only thing that was a surprise was Newstead, which, again, he was in talks and he had no idea that other people knew about this, apparently. Anthony also confirmed that Satriani was involved in these talks, but any potential plans were still in the primitive stage. I spoke to Joe about it, and it was more, you know, just something kicking around, adding that Alex Van Halen was still mourning the loss of his brother. I hope something happens in the future here, says Anthony. I think Joe was mentioning in some of the interviews that it's more of a celebration of the band and of the music than calling it Van Halen. I don't know. I think they should call it Van Halen because you're going to sell way more tickets, but I understand. I think people will show up either way. And you do have the brilliant and genius marketing apparatus of the Azov Empire to help you do this. So in any event, it's good news for Van Halen fans because, again, people, I think, in this situation, they love the music. They miss Ed. They want maybe some closure. Couple of things, though. I do think they should consider Sammy as well. Bring Sammy into this because, he's part of that whole legacy and his era. Some people like the Sammy era better than the Dave era. And some people, like myself, enjoy both eras. So you can like a show listening to both Sam and Dave up there. I don't know if that's going to happen because those two guys, they just don't get along with each other. But again, it's not like they're going to be palling around on the tour bus. It's just, Dave will go his way. Sammy will go his way. Apparently, if you look back through the archives when they did that ill-fated Sam and Dave tour, Sam's trying to knock on Dave's door and Dave's not answering. And, they should go on stage and do a song together. And Dave didn't want to have any part in that. So Dave might be in on this. And, well, he's definitely in on it. But what I'm saying is Dave probably wants this to be a Dave era only tribute, which wouldn't surprise me. And I bet you Alex would probably go for that. And bringing Michael Anthony in, it's a big gesture for these guys because apparently there was some animosity there. And it's the long-lasting kind, which I think is unfair because I don't think Michael Anthony did anything that bad. I think it's mostly Sammy, and then it's, guilt by association. Who's not involved with this, and I'm kind of happy about it, is Wolfgang. I'm kind of happy he's not involved with this, all right? Just put it out there. You can figure out why I'm happy about it, but that's the video on the topic, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Patreon for $1 a month. And, I will be back. See you soon.